Hi there. Is this actually working? Hour and a half in the making. I really do want to take a blowtorch to something. It's not this. It's going to be something. All right, let's see what we can see. Oh, look at that. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nope. Alrighty, if you're here, say hi. Look at that. And then we're gonna go Control plus plus plus. All right. Why does it take this long to verify all of this is working? Would love to know myself. But I'm gonna talk some mad trash about the app I've been using to do this, because it is quite annoying. Perfect, I can read that. Sounds good. Alrighty. Perfect. Alright, and then we're gonna nice. Okay, now we can get started. Favorite feature of today. Hi there. How you doing? That's kind of cool. I am really excited about that. All right, so let's get started with the basics, which is cleaning this stupid thing. Don't need that. There we go. Dirty and disgusting. That is one of the things we're going to have. Oh my God. So this is normally something I'd do outside, but I do not have the patience, and it's raining. So we are going to do it indoors. And we have a 350 watt power supply. Does anyone off the top of their heads know the TDP of a 7th gen i7? TDP i7 7700, 65 watts, not a problem. Okay. Hey, chat views one. Okay, so that's me. All right. This is our replacement CPU. Not that it needed it, more of an upgrade. All right. So what are we doing here today? Apparently I'm destroying this piece of plastic. We are going to have to clean the thermal paste off of the bottom of this CPU. What the heck? This is the 7700, not the K, not the anything. All right. Is that going to be bad if I do that? Here. Wow, you can really see it on the camera too. Look at that. Yeah. I can clean that off. That's not a problem. Right? I don't think it's a problem. I'm going to set that aside. You stay there. The goal is to fix this up with whatever parts I have lying around the shop and see if we can make it work. It does have an integrated graphics CPU. I'm going to pop in a handful of extra GPUs I have lying around. Hard drive gets swapped with a SSD right here. And probably upgrade the RAM. And I don't know if I can get a fan. There is an intake here. There's no fans in this thing at all. What the hell? What am I gonna... I don't have... Son of a... No fans. That's kind of funny. Literally the only fan was the CPU cooler. So I have this one that I pulled out of a Dell desktop. Where's your fan header? Debug port. Do you not even have... You have a CPU fan header. There we go. Chassis fan. Boom. Will you reach? You will reach. Oh, that is awesome. So you can go right there. That should work. Can't promise it'll be not loud. All right. So, do I want to test this first? Why not? We're here. Let's see what kind of... Seriously? How did that happen? How on earth did this happen? All right. Get out of my way. There you go. All right. Everything should be still connected. I didn't do anything, right? Okay. Get a monitor. And where's our on button? Can you hear that? The hard disk drive sounded like industrial equipment. Oh. Everything's spinning. Well, the one fan is spinning, the lights are on. The monitor has turned on. Woo! It went straight to Windows? Oh, wow. Didn't even ask for a login. Cool. All right. That works. So now we want to get a mouse. Okay. The goal is to install a... Oh, this isn't even going to reach that far, is it? Here, let's get too many cables running around here. Let's go. There we go. All right, not getting anything out of that. That's interesting. So let's try a keyboard. There we go. Keyboard being registered. The mouse is not. Mouse not working. That is weird. Let's try a different USB port. There we go. Mouse is working. Okay, I'm not even going to bother with a restart. We are going to install NovaBench, which is our preferred. Hey there. Our preferred quick test. There we go. Okay. We want to do test bench. Copy this. Paste test Nova test bench to the desktop. And install it. There we go. Look at that. Boom. I don't know how I feel about this secondary camera solution. Well, this could take a while. While we wait for that, oh, you've gone to sleep. There we go. The next big question after that's installed, I have 3 sticks of 8 GB Samsung RAM. The serial numbers pretty well line up. They were a matched pair, and then there was this third random one. So 3 times 8. I can't put more than 2 sticks in. And there's 1 stick in there. All right, that kind of settles that question. So I just got to make sure I pick the matched pair, and this is the outlier. While we wait for that to oh wait, here we go. Yes, I want that to make changes. While we wait for that to install, let's clean this thermal paste off of the CPU. Yeah, look at that. We will go with rubbing alcohol and the microfiber. That will be our solution. Click to finish. Finish. Okay, that's so that's before. kind of see where it was right there. Yeah, that looks good. Not having to worry about pins is probably the only thing I like about these old Intel CPUs. 'Cause I'm team red. I don't, for my own personal use, I'm going to stick with AMD. Once I switch to AM5, I'll get to reap the same benefits. There we go. Completely cleaned off. Very nice. Okay. So let's switch back to, oh, we'll go here. Hi. All right, let's start our benchmark for the Asus as it is before I put in the new CPU and pick one of a few GPUs. If anybody tunes in, hey, who's watching? Who's watching? Hey, say hi in the comments for me, will you? Let me know you're here. I need some input from the audience. I got choices to make. We'll make this a group effort. Right now, the Asus is running its benchmark. We'll see how it performs. We'll write down those scores, then make our swaps. Oh, also, while that's doing that, hi there. Deacon! Yes. Okay. This has been a pain in the butt. It took me almost an hour and a half to get this all set up because this app I use is not playing well with YouTube. So, choices we have to make. The RX 560DE that came out of my Dell Inspiron build that I posted a video about. The Radeon R5 230 fanless, or this Radeon, I'm not sure what this is. It doesn't have any, like, here, I'll give you a close-up of it. If you know what this is, tell me. But there's nothing on there other than, maybe I should Google it. Right there, it's V337 version 7.0, made in China. Is that the V337? I don't know. There's no stickers on it that indicate like a model name that I can see. So one of these three is going to go in here. Also, at the moment, we are testing this out. Boom, we have results. Okay, we have a Nova Bench score of 729. CPU, 474. Okay. So we're going to take a screenshot of that. Save that for later. New. Boop. Awesome. Save this to desktop. Don't care, don't care. We're having trouble loading your feed. Good. Don't load my feed. I don't care. before bench. Okay, so the image is there. So we are good. Oh, I'm gonna give him the, so I bought this Dell and this Asus from this kid on Facebook. He sold each one to me for $50. The Asus, I'm sorry, the Dell, I did that whole upgrade video. It's performing great. I'm going to sell that. Turns out he broke his laptop. He's a college kid. Broke his laptop, can't do schoolwork. I'm going to get this up so that it can be used as sort of a daily driver desktop, and just give it back to him. When he sold them to me, he did not wipe the hard drives. He did not do a fresh install of Windows. So both of these have his logins with his information, like his Chrome was still logged in, his Steam was still logged in, his games are on there. He actually had to give me his passwords. So what I'm going to do is clone the hard drive. So this is still his computer. I'm just going to do it on an SSD, and then give him this hard drive, give him the hard drive out of that, the spinning hard drive that came out of the Dell, so he can have both of his computers back. And then I'll do a fresh install on the Dell before I sell it. Stop going to sleep, you stupid computer that tells me what the chat is. There we go. So that's the plan. Sorry. Yeah. Because as much fun as it might be to turn this into like a NAS or something, I don't know if it's worth the effort I'd have to put into it to make it, really impressive. So I'd rather just do a kind thing for a guy who gave me a deal, and I got to make some good content out of it. The video I posted is doing great. I'm happy with it. So, do you have a recommendation? I think they're all 2 gigs. The funny thing about this fanless one, I bought for like $20 off Marketplace. DirectX 12, like the back of this advertises, look at this. Oh, wrong one. There we go. It advertises 4K Ultra HD. It's 4K HD ready. It's got 3D physics real destructibility. It's funny, considering what we consider to be like 4K, necessary for 4K today. This thing without even a cooling fan, just a heat sink. Claims that. And I want to try that. I want to try doing 4K on that somehow. I don't even have a 4K monitor, so I don't know what I'd do or how I'd do that. Oh, the V337 is only 1 gigabyte, so I would put one of the 2 gigabytes in. All right, so I'm going to put the one that came out of the Dell in then. I'll do this one. Yeah. The RX 560 would be better than the R5 230. Is that something that we can reasonably assume? RX 560 versus R5 230? 230. There we go. Technical City. There it is. If that's legible. That really isn't. God, that's so bright. You want to bring the brightness down for me here? There we go. Yeah, 560 would be the way to go. So that's the plan. Thank you for your input, sir. All right. So we'll take this apart, clean it out. Drop in another stick of 8 gigs of RAM, so it'll be 16 total. Clone this drive, put it all back together. I'm going to try and do it quick, because I do have Friendsgiving tonight, like 4 o'clock. It is currently noon, so I'd like for this to take no more than like an hour. But I didn't want to make a whole video about it. I'd rather just do a live stream, and then I figured I could, you know, chat with somebody. If anybody tunes in, like Deacon. Ooh, Deacon, by the way, we played Gray Zone last night. Stud joined us, had fun, got crushed in Tiger Bay, and then played a game called Liar's Den afterwards. Get it? It's $7 on Steam. It's a fun game to just play while we're all sitting around, you know, shooting the shit. So, okay, so boop. Let's start tearing this baby apart. Okay. People can't see in here. Let's see if we can fix that. See, normally I'd vacuum this out, but I'm already going to remove this. I'm already going to remove this, so why bother vacuuming if I'm taking it out anyway? But, okay, there's a little arrow on here. Oh, look at that! You don't even screw it out, you just rotate these things. Let's get this RAM out of the way. Ew. SK Hynix, 8 gigs. So we'll replace that with 2 sticks of Samsung 8 gig. I'll be online the 27th. Message retracted. I'll check out Liar's Den. Yeah, do it, man. There's also Tuesday night. The guys are going to get together and blow through all their money, go play PvP. All right, so I will say some of these OEM CPU coolers do have very simple ways to attach themselves, which I think is good for novices who don't want to deal with your complicated custom brackets. Okay, so this should just pop right off the CPU. Okay, let's lift. Oh, there we go. This might be a pain to put back in. Yep, okay. Boom, there is our existing CPU. Actually, not bad on thermal paste. It's not dusty. It's still very putty-like. It's obviously warm because it was just on. And that was something I read about recently. Someone was saying that, like, if you're ever going to take your PC CPU out, and you don't want the cooler to get stuck to the CPU and pull it out with it, or because a lot of people with the Ryzens and the pins have like had that issue. warm it up first. Turn it on for a bit first. Make sure the paste gets warm. It'll be less prone to being stuck to it, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. So that's out. We'll have to clean that separately. It's on my finger. Okay. Rubbing alcohol. Yeah, I'm going to try and make it Tuesday, because I still have like 2 million in-game dollars, but we got pretty hosed last night. All right, I've never played with Intel before. This will be interesting. I've never done this. I don't know what to expect. So that comes out. That goes up. Look at that. And there's all those pins. Okay, neat. This is the i5 7400. Wait a minute. I thought there was like a letter on the end that indicated whether or not it was integrated graphics, because this clearly was integrated graphics. Like I said, I don't know Intel very well, but if it doesn't have a letter, can we assume it has integrated graphics? Ergo, the 7700 I have might have integrated graphics. Give me a second while I fix the laptop doing my chat. There we go. Let's go settings, sleep settings, screen on battery power when plugged in, turn off after 1 hour. There we go. Boom. Sorry, I have a laptop with the chat over there, and it keeps going to sleep. I don't like that. All right. Just clean this off. Yep. Core i5 7400. I don't know if this will show up on the camera. Maybe it'll show up on this camera. This is a Dell CPU cooler I took off of the Dell I upgraded. The thermal paste on here is so old. Can you see it? No. Let me try it on this camera here. Yeah, there you go. You can see the QR code and the name Ryzen from the CPU that was adhered to this thing, like imprinted in the dried thermal paste. This is weird. Yeah. All right. So we cleaned. That's our 74. Where's our 77? Here's our 77. Okay. We're gonna, before you tuned in, Deacon, we had a little bit of thermal paste left over on this side from the previous owner. I had to clean off. A little bit of thermal paste still here on the edges. There we go. And we will drop this in there. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? That goes there. What the hell? Oh, it goes under that screw. Okay, see that? This part has to go under that screw. All right, hold on, my hand's in the way. As I push this forward, this here, this has to be under the screw and then press down and go under that there. Okay. You have to Google if an Intel chip has integrated graphics or not. There isn't a standard for marking the chips. Thanks, Intel. You guys are brilliant. All right. Okay. So we're going to take out... Ooh, you know what I'm going to need? I'm going to need another one of these. These SATA hard drive connector data cables. I'm going to need another one of those. All right, time to break out the Linus Tech Tips screwdriver. Ooh, my mailman's here. There better not be a screw on the other side holding this in. There is. Hard drive. I've got to remove the other panel on this just to access two screws on the other side. That's annoying. But new toy I'm really excited about. Check this out. How cool is that? Sorry, it's a big deal. Normally I have to walk around the desk, especially when I'm shooting YouTube videos, go over there and hit record. Now I can do it with this little Bluetooth remote I got. All right. We have both sides open, and they have a dedicated little hole right there. Whoa, sorry. How did that happen? Everything okay? Okay. Dedicated little hole right here to access the two hard drive screws. So I built this Lazy Susan so I could like spin my PCs around while I work on them. I don't know if I greased it or if it just came this wonderfully loose, but look at it. It's I can't work on it without it trying to get away from me. That's kind of annoying. Come here. I'm not taking all these wires out. Don't you dare. Okay. All right. Should just get like a spray bottle thing for alcohol. All right. So here's where it's about to get loud. So if you're listening with headphones or whatever, prepare accordingly. Gonna run the vacuum cleaner and the blower at the same time to kick up the dust, but also capture it. That should do it. Wipe everything else out. Hope I didn't blow out anyone's eardrums. Ew. All right, let's do that again. Prepare yourself. All right, good. So next will be utilizing my test bench to do the hard drive cloning. Question is, do I have a second data cable? First thing, got our new SSD. Let's go ahead and pop that baby open. Let's get an actual knife. Proper tool for the proper job. There is a mentor of mine used to say, let the baker bake the bread. Which probably took me longer than it should have to really understand what that meant. So this is a Teen Group 500. Yep, 500. Warranty void if removed. Then I won't remove it. Okay, so we have one data cable, we need two. You know who doesn't need a data cable? I'll tell you who. The Dell that I just upgraded. That doesn't need a data. Do you have an extra in here that I can have? I mean, technically you don't need this one anymore. No. Yeah. I can't get that out. I have to cut the zip tie. I don't want to do that. Ugh. All right, I'll be right back as I come over here and steal the data cable from this one. There we go. Oh, I'm genuinely curious about who's outside my house now. That sounds like a street sweeper vehicle. All right, now we have two SATA data cables. SATA data. All right, so let me give you a close-up of my test bench here because I'm really proud of this one. So X570 motherboard. I'm not even sure what's, has a 2700 CPU in there. 16 gigs, that's 4 of 4. I just wanted to see if it could be done. Is that visible? There we go. The chipset chip is underneath there. It didn't have a heatsink. It should have. So I bought this. I grinded this down so GPUs could fit in there. And then I have this little fan that is supposed to plug in here. There we go. And it just sits there, kind of just up against it, blowing on it, is the idea. Does that suffice? Who knows? We will see. Although I just now realized as we're talking, I'm going to need a GPU in here. So let's go ahead and put in the 1660 Super I've got lying around. There we go. Are we in? Yes. We are in. 1660 needs power. Okay. One of these are going to work. There we go. Nope. There we go. Is that in all the way? We'll assume yes. Plug in our HDMI for that. Everything should, oh wait, no, we want to do our hard drives. So we've got shaped. There we go. So the 2 hard drives we're going to clone. Go there. Okay. And then interesting. No indicator light. Oh, there's the indicator light. She turns on. All right. See a cute little fan running? Is the air going the right direction? Yeah. There we go. Getting a lot of red lights. That's not good. I haven't started this thing up in a while. That could be bad. Who knows? Ah, good. Well, that starts up. We'll get the these hard drives. All right, both hard drives are plugged in and getting ready to clone. What I didn't plan for was needing a keyboard. So I took out my keyboard to use it on the computer we just... Huh, what is my password? Okay, I remembered my password. That's a good start. Let's get the mouse dongle. There we go. And we are going to use something called Disk Genius to do our upgrade. Let's do both. Oh, nice glare. I'm sure everyone loves that. Sorry. Do what I can. This app called Disk Genius is, well, frankly, genius. Makes cloning hard drives super simple, takes a few minutes. Should try it out. All right. Which is which? Okay, I gotta figure out who's who here. No drive letter, MSR, start cylinder, head sector. Oh, here we go. 16 megabytes. What the heck is 720? So partition 3. This is hard disk volume. All right, so this is the... This is the hard disk. Interesting. Is there an issue with the stream? I'm getting an alert that there is. Anyone experiencing anything? What I'm trying to do right now is figure out which of these... Is that literally just going to my ceiling when I turn away? It is. That's not cool. I'm trying to figure out which of these drives is which now. This PC is Vault 001. Okay, so that is my 500 gig SSD running the computer. And it's not detecting any other drives. Restart. Figure out what's going on there. While that gets going, we've got 2 new sticks of Samsung RAM to put in here. This is the M32CD4K motherboard. What's very interesting about it to me is that it does not have a cooling element for the chipset. Or Southbridge chip, I think it's called. Right there, just naked. Actually, looks like it should have a cooler on it. Now that I think about it, it didn't have one when I got it. This is how it came. There's no like wear and tear around these holes here, which makes me think there was never one here. Shoot, is that what this is? No. That is not for that. I don't know where this came from. it's not for that. I don't know. Looks like it's working okay. The camera's following you, but also looking at the ceiling. Yeah, the iPads have these tracking things in them. God, I'm getting too hot. These iPads have this tracking system. Whew, this is good. Got this Frankenstein mad scientist look. Welcome to my laboratory. Okay. It works pretty good sometimes with tracking, but other times it doesn't know what to look at, so it just runs away. All right. 16 gigs of DDR4. It's having trouble starting. Has this just been looping in the background while I've been working on this? My test bench doesn't know what to make of all the extra hard drives I plugged in. I thought I had boot priority set up properly. Maybe not. All right, so we have decided on the RX 560DE. We'll be going in here, and I need to remove one of the slots. You're not supposed to boot from that drive. It booted from the one I took out of here. I didn't think it would be dumb enough to do that. Whoa, this hair is looking amazing. Like I got myself shocked. All right, we gotta catch the BIOS startup. Wish I had a Jeopardy music button for stuff like this. There we go. Yeah, boot from this one, the NVMe. Reboot and select proper boot device. Insert boot media, select a boot device, press a key. Reboot and select proper boot device, or insert boot media in selected boot device, and press a key. Restart. I don't know, are you talking about the camera or are you talking about this damn thing? I don't know. All right, here we go, F2. There we go. You know what's kind of actually annoying? Oh wait, Southbridge fan speed. CPU core, DRAM voltage. Oh, it used to have a temperature monitor. When I initially built this thing and had the old BIOS, the older BIOS actually had whoa, hey there, buddy. The older BIOS had temperature monitoring for the Southbridge chip, the one that I had to like make my own heatsink for. And when I updated the BIOS, it went away. All right, so boot. Boot option 1. No, here we go. Windows Boot Manager there. Boot option 2. There. Or there, I guess. Boot option 3. Fine. Boot option 3, you can go there. I don't care. Exit. Save changes and exit. Yes. Let's see if this works. I do have that dinner, Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving dinner tonight. I don't know if I need this hairdo. Okay. I was really hoping this whole swap would be super quick, easy, but apparently not. Hey, there we go. That's what we want. Okay. Did anyone guess my password? You're kidding. You're kidding. Is that? No, these got to be knockouts, right? Okay, good. We're all set there. These are just knockouts, yeah? Yeah, okay. They just stick. I don't want to damage a good screwdriver. Let's get a crappy screwdriver. What could go wrong? Just twisting metal. There we go. Now we have space for the GPU. It's about to go in. Alrighty, so Disk Genius, as I was saying earlier. Vault OSD. There we go. Aha! Here's our new hard drive. Perfect. Our Toshiba that we want to copy. Perfect. So we want to do disk tools. Clone disk. Please select source disk. Source disk is our Toshiba hard drive. Right? Yes. Okay. Target disk. It's the Team Group 500 gigabyte. Okay. Copy all files. Warning, all data and file use partition will be overwritten. Yes. Hot backup or hot migration carries out this operation via taking snapshots without closing current system. Please save all data for lock and execute new source menu will be locked temporarily during execution. Other programs cannot access the partition. Okay. You can do a hot migration, I don't care. I think it's good to go. Are we working? Are we doing our thing? Creating snapshot. Boom, here we go. "13 minutes" it says. Perfect. You work on that. We'll work on this. Yeah, my test bench isn't exactly the smartest. It was meant to be very much in the Fallout theme of cobbling together what I could. So, turn this way. There we go. Don't fall forward. You gonna stay there? Thank you. Why do you seem like you're not? Oh, this is annoying. So this piece, cover piece right here, is held in by a Phillips head. That's what that is. But then these two side screws that seem to be related to this, they're star bits. Let me see if I know why. Yeah, because they act like a door. So this just flips down, and a screw falls to the floor. Gross dust, get out of here. Ew. All right, so now that's open. Just gonna hopefully pop right in. There we go. Okay. You know what I might not have on here? Drivers for this damn thing. That might be problematic. There we go. You in all the way? So in lieu of putting in this screw that normally holds these in place, is this door meant to kind of hold it in place for you? It is, I think. It's not going to do a good job, so I'm going to get a screw to hold that in. Oh wait, yeah, that's working. I don't know, we're going to use a screw. Get these on Amazon. It's like every possible kind of screw you'd need on a computer. It's amazing. And it's a good place to put screws that you get out of projects and you don't have to worry about organizing. All right, we'll just put that there. I think this is the right screw. It's nice that this thing doesn't need power either. Boom. Case fan. This thing didn't even have a case fan. But luckily, our Dell upgrade donated one. I think this is the right direction, right? It's always sticker side is wind side. Is that? Yeah. So that'll go there. 92 mil, standard size. And the screws for that are these, I believe. Windows probably has the drivers for that video card already. Oh, that'd be good to know. That'd be great. I mean, I could also look up and see if the i7-7700 has integrated graphics, in which case would render this whole conversation kind of moot. Wait, oh, I'm an idiot. Sticker side out. There we go. There we go. When possible, I highly recommend using the rubber. There's these little rubber, they look like little rubber sperms. If that makes sense? But they slip through these holes in the fans here and let you just kind of attach them to the frame. Very handy. Okay, we're going to put 2 in for now, just to make sure everything works. And you don't it doesn't reach the chassis. It's not reaching. Oh, I'm so mad. Is there, can I make it longer? It's not wrapped up in there, is it? Oh my God, that is annoying. How do I fix that? Look at that. It's this right here. It's no joke, less than an inch too long, like too short. It won't reach. Do I have any kind of extension? Oh, this is annoying. What are you doing? Are you done? All right, we're gonna have to solve that problem. "11 minutes. How do we solve that problem? Look at this darn thing. It has like all this extra wire it doesn't need for the CPU cooler that's literally right next to its header. Oh, that's annoying. Suggestions, anybody? Got this old fan. Do you have a plug? I have a box of parts down here. What do we got? Got an old motherboard, power supply. Ooh. What's that? That's a mount for a CPU cooler. Hey! Screws out the wazoo. Nice. Okay, that's no good. Speaker cable. That'll work, right? So these are cables and headers for a joystick controller. They're all female. I would need a male and a female if I were going to do like an extension thing on that. I don't have anything. These are all 3-pin and this is a 4-pin. Two-pin fan. The hell were the odds? Do you have a spacer, like a washer for that fan? I mean, here's what I can show you. Here's what we can do. We can take the fan out, plug it in, and see how far it'll reach. I mean, I could make some. I have spacers of all different kinds. I've mounted a number of flat screen TVs over the years, and they come with these spacer kits that they give you excessive amount of machine screws and black circular spacers. In fact, that's what I used here to hold the laptop on. That's just sitting on shelf brackets with these spacers there. All right, so it's okay. So it's literally, that's all I have to play with. Thank you, Dell. Idiots. All right, let's plug this in. Oh, it's so close. Look at that. But you're right. If I spaced it out to there, it could fit. I'd need a screw that would go all the way through those spacers. That's the other thing. Okay. Let's see what we got. That doesn't reach. Here's one of those packets of machine screws and spacers. Where are the spacers, my friends? Ah, there we go. Apparently I've used a lot of them. I don't have the copious amounts I thought I had. I only have 2. I mean, we just need to get air flowing, right? I'm looking around the case here to see if there's any extraneous wiring here that hasn't been used. You can't see that. There we go. See if there's anything coming out of the power supply. It's all SATA. I don't know. You don't want hot air getting back into the case. I don't disagree. I'm just curious how cool air is getting in. There's a vent right here. This is not designed well from the get-go. I might need to actually buy more fans, and I really don't want to do that. There's a vent right here. This is kind of angled, right? And then on the inside is where a fan should go that would suck air in through this cavity, like through these vents, up and through there. And then there should be an exhaust fan here. There were neither of those with the i5 integrated graphics and 8 gigs of RAM. So even if I do find screws long enough to mount this here, it's not like there's a good seal. You know, it'll have a gap like this, but kind of loosely pushing air out the back vent. Good point on the hot air getting back in, but I think that... Oh, Slayer's here. Sorry. Oh my God, there's so many people here. They don't color code everybody. I thought everything was color coded. Slayer? TC's here? Ah, dude. Hey everybody. I literally thought it was just me and Deacon hanging out. I didn't think anyone else actually tuned in. Now I'm embarrassed. Cut and extend. Yeah. Cut, splice, and extend. I just need to get enough wire to do that. That's so annoying. I wasn't planning on needing to really MacGyver, but I really should have, you know? I should have banked on that. What is this? These are some kind of toggle thing for installing tile. But the screws are almost perfect. If I could figure out a way. Voila! So I need to get machine screws this long. And then little itty bitty little nuts to go right there. Maybe? So whatever length that is, a little longer. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Splice and extend with speaker wire. But I only have 2 colors with the speaker wire. Just use these. I'm never going to make this joystick that I have the wires for. Does it use all 3? Yellow, blue, black, and red. Look at that. I have a blue wire. I can actually match the wire colors. All right, that's what we're doing. Nicholas. No fan adapter, cable extender. Now, I'm using wires meant for a joystick, like an arcade joystick. And I'm going to extend this fan. That's the plan, folks. And I know somewhere I have those little like heat shrink wrappy things that you use when you do splicing like this. Anyone else have objections to just going with straight twist, tie, electrical tape, call it a day? Forever now, or speak now, forever hold your peace. While we are doing this, if you are just joining us, what we are doing is taking spare parts from around the shop and putting this back together as a gift to somebody. The only parts I purchased was a i7 7700 CPU and a 500 gig SSD for 20 bucks that I am cloning the hard disk drive to right now, which says 3 minutes left. Okay. All right, we are going to splice and dice. We literally need like an inch extension. I think that's just the most annoying part about this. There's our extension. Find some other potentially useful items in my electrical drawer. Nothing here. Hey, I got a question for everybody. Since there's actually people watching. Does anyone know how to use one of these? I need a lesson. I have no idea how to like actually read the things when you use one of these. I'm sure I would mess something up. Tape. Electrical tape. There we go. Almost complete. Okay. Ooh, you know what? Let's use this computer as a lift there. All right. We know there were needle nose pliers lying around at one point. Don't know where they went. There they go. And they don't have a cutter on them. Read the instructions book to that. Hold on, here we go. You don't have a fan from the other PC, replace the fans on. Yes, this is the fan that I took out of that Dell, from the Dell upgrade video. It had one case fan. I took this out and put in 2 Be Quiet fans. Nop had one but Nop LOL. Read the instruction book to what? Your MacGyver skills are impressive. Yeah, I know how to use a meter. You can read the manual and get all the important stuff. Oh, the manual to that thing. I mean, I have a whole drawer full of manuals. I read manuals. I keep forgetting what camera to look at. I do read manuals, but let's get, come on. Now we're going to cut between those two. All right. Right about there? Huh? About halfway? Huh? No turning back. There we go. Okay. Can this thing even... Wow, all right, that did a pretty good job. Come on, grab it. Grab it. Grab it. No, you're not grabbing it. There you go. Nice. It's not very flat. Yeah, I check batteries, and I've actually used it just to see if there's like any voltage going through, but I don't know what the readings mean. Is my thing. Like which thing you set on that dial, and all that. There we go. All right, so those ends are all cut. Okay, same thing on this side. Now we get to see if we just went to having 0 working fans. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. What I could do, I do have 2 of these in this box of stuff my buddy gave me. They're these big, I think 140 mil fans, and they have like this controller. I could just install these in there. They go straight into wall power, and mount these dials on top of the PC or something. That's how you have to turn on your case fans. I could. But I like what we're doing here. I think this is definitely in the spirit of what I'm trying to do today. All right. Come on, grab that. There you go. So I have to help it out and pinch down for it. Okay. Deeper. There we go. Get those 2. Yellow and red. Who never seen that type? Talking about the fan? Yeah, I don't know what their purpose is for. I think it's probably... It's not for PC building. I bet it's for some kind of shop use. Or say you have a test bench or a server. I don't know. I've seen them advertised on like AliExpress and stuff. Boom. All right. So now we have our fan wire situated. Now we need to create our extensions. Trash. So we only need like an inch or 2, but because we are twisting and tying, we're going to want to give ourselves a lot of extra to play with. There we go. That should be enough. And then we want our blue one to match. Get off, there you go. Roughly the same length. Look at that. Happen to have all the same colors. That's actually really fortuitous for this project, is that I can match the colors together. All right, so I got to do the same thing with all these. Slightly thicker gauge. Somebody remind me, thicker gauge, less resistant to electricity? Isn't there something, or is that length? There's issue with certain, like when you run cable, if it's too long, you start losing something. And it has to be, the longer it is, it needs to be thicker or thinner. I think it's thicker. I haven't taken like an electrician's class before, but I feel like I read that somewhere. Come on, grab it. There you go. Nope, grab it. Why aren't you? This is literally the last cut we need to make, guys. Come on, grab it. There we go. All right, so we have cut all of our extensions, and we just tie it yellow to yellow, red to red, black to black, blue to blue. I mean, it's not as boring as watching paint dry, I don't imagine. While we wait, let's check in on our cloned hard drive. Says complete. Complete. Everything looks good. All right, so let's shut this down. And get ready to install that hard drive, that 3-inch SSD, back in this baby. All right. If you're just joining us, we are not discussing my messy hair. But feel free to rip on me about this whole splicing dealio I'm trying to do. You have a good weekend too, TC. TC Connor's a guy out in Pennsylvania, where I'm from. Does photography stuff on his YouTube channel. Check him out. He's a wise elder. Okay. Let's do black to black. Twist, twisty, twisty, twisty. Okay. Tape. Don't need much tape here, thankfully. So while we wait for me to complete this stupid project, a little detour. What are some of your favorite builds? What are the wackiest thing that's happened while you've worked on a PC, built a PC, tried to fix a PC? Because I can't imagine this is the craziest thing anyone's ever done, or any of you have ever experienced. You probably all have crazier stories than me when it comes to working on these. These aren't the same shades of blue. No one's going to notice or care. Okay. Red. Red. Let's extend the red. Okay. All right, we have the last one on that end done. This might all be for naught. This might really point out the fact that I do need a second case fan. Now that I'm even saying those words out loud, I'm just realizing I don't know if there's a header for that in there. I don't remember seeing a case fan header on the front. We'll have to check in a minute. Okay, so our extension is attached. That looks attractive. Eh? Okay, so let's put in our plug. So we'll go blue first. There we go. Actually, I'm not going to bend that back. I'm actually going to keep that facing that way. I'm going to be really proud of how sloppy this looks. Okay, got that plugged in. All right, should I be using scissors to cut electrical tape? Because it's tearing it seems like it's not making. There we go. Oh, perfect little piece of electrical tape. I don't need too much. Just covering up one little bit. There we go. Yellow to yellow. All right, that's a really short. You can't see that, but that's like a. I didn't give myself much to play with off that one. It's twice as long. All right, I'm just gonna wrap this around that repeatedly. I don't have any horror stories, really. I have had many RMA situations, but nothing catastrophic or out of the ordinary. I haven't, myself, had any manufacturer RMA type stuff where I've had to go back to them. For a guy who's never played with PC stuff until 2 years ago when I built my first gaming PC, and I had not done any, I've been a Mac user for 20 years before that. I've lucked out. I'm in a couple of PC groups on Facebook Marketplace, and the questions I see every day that after 2 years of just tinkering for fun, I can answer most of their questions, or I can usually know something about it. I have not encountered the catastrophic or just really annoying things that a lot of people run into, like where it won't boot up, and then it turns out it's, you got to go through all the checks, take out the RAM, put in one RAM stick. All that's, I've just gotten lucky, I guess. Or people that have a bent pin in their CPU socket and got to send it back, and then they blame you. Crap like that. Like, nothing faulty yet. All right, folks. We have extended our case fan. All right. This is awesome. I like that. All right. Let's get these tools out of the way. Do not want to make a mess. I'm a little sad that the spacer thing wasn't going to work out. I'm glad we did find a solution. All right. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. This way. You don't need that. I'll just show you when I'm done. All right. So that goes in the header. Boop. Perfect. We literally needed like a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. So almost anything we did was going to work, I guess. Okay. Go to your home. Anyone hear that not Billy Madison, is it Happy Gilmore is getting a sequel? Anyone hear that? I've been building computers since 386. That's the last time I played computer games. 486, sorry. So that's a thing. That's a good old day. Master of Orion 2 was my game in high school. I used to play. I would play that until the sun came up and then had to go to school. In fact, I was playing that game. Let's play a new game. Where were you when Princess Di died? Because that's one of the that was the first like global impactful death of a celebrity or notable figure that in my young years stuck with me and I remembered. It was like our parents had Kennedy. Mine was Princess Di. I remember sitting there playing Master of Orion. My sister came in and told me. It's like, what? What do we think about changing out the CMOS battery? I did it on the Dell. I might do it here. I don't know. Okay, so our hard drive has been cloned. Boom. Data cable's in here? Did I steal? No, data cable's in here. I didn't take it out. How to mount this. I don't think this ever even thought of SSDs when it was made. There's vent holes underneath. Oh my God, it'll fit. It'll almost... Look at this. There's these vent holes under the mounting of where the hard drive bay was. In theory, I could just screw this in here, yeah? I just need it to hold still for long enough. And then, of course, ensure that I have the right size screw. There we go. They don't line up. They're almost perfect. I should change the CMOS battery? All right. I have a whole bunch. Oh yeah, this thing's coming in super handy. They're labeled too. CD-ROM screw, hard drive screw. That's these over here. Threading doesn't look right. Because it's not a hard drive. Maybe that's why. Yeah, the CD-ROM screw is what'll work here. Okay, well before we mount it, let's go ahead and plug everything in and make sure it actually works. How's that? Oh, this is gonna be annoying. This thing is dirty as hell and I don't want to clean it in here. So I'm gonna run outside real quick with the blower and blow this off. Please adjust your volume accordingly as noise is about to be made. Dude, that was freaking effective. I almost don't even need to wipe it down with alcohol. But there is thermal paste on here from the previous thing, so I will have to get that off. Right, I know. I know I could mount it almost anywhere, but I'm giving it to somebody who didn't put this together. So I've seen builds on Facebook Marketplace. I did a video, the Marketplace Rescue, and I've seen some horror stories on people selling stuff, and they're just like dangling 3-inch drives and stuff. I know it's an SSD. It's not going to harm it in the long run, but or at all, really. Just it's a testament to their character when I see them do that. You know? Do I have Velcro? Somewhere in the house, I have double-sided Velcro. I do have tape. That's 3M. Yeah, double-sided tape right there. That's alcohol that I'm pouring all over a running iPad. That is amazing. I just dumped probably 3 ounces of alcohol on the iPad. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Don't do anything. So I sop this up. How about I put the lid on it? Oh. This is less MacGyver and more Mr. Bean. Hey, someone was asking about what that fan is used for. There we go. Stay there. This makes perfect sense. Just put that there. I should put it here, blowing this way. That work better? Yeah. That'll dry. Not embarrassing at all. All right, so our CPU cooler is clean. Let's figure out how to put it. It's got these weird, like, clips. I don't know if I showed this to you earlier. How it, like, you just rotate these and it pops through the actual holes in the motherboard. Like, there's no mounting spacers or anything in there. It's like these go right through the holes in the motherboard there. Now, that'll be interesting. Get out of there. Come on. All right, I will let people make a decision. Once we have individuals here, we have Cooler Masters CryoFuse, Noctua's NTH1, and a packet of no-name goo that came with a CPU cooler that I put in the Dell. You choose. But choose quickly, because we're almost done and I want to get this turned on and tested. We shut down, right? Okay. We'll do the double-sided tape. I like that idea. No, we're going to do it after we test it. Not going to put stuff in till it's tested. I don't know how long the delay here is. Or, let's not assume anyone's still watching. There we go. The no-name goo. Oh! All right. No-name goo it is. I still need the spatula, though. I'm a spatula guy when it comes to thermal paste. I don't like to just put a dot down and hope everything goes well. Especially with the way this thing mounts. It doesn't feel like it's getting a lot of pressure. Like there seems to be like one tightness. Once you click it in, it's clicked in. Okay, how do you open the no-name goo, guys? Oh, you just, all right. There's a little tear tab. Yeah? Okay. Now, don't fall over on me. There we go. Very nice. Okay. So, like, when I say no name, there very well could be, like, not thermal paste in here, but something else. It's not labeled at all. It's just... I just sort of assumed that's what was in there. Yeah, that's thermal paste. Oh, not very much, I'll tell you that. It's just evidence that I put on too much thermal paste in my other applications. If this isn't enough for me. Okay, spatula. Spatula. Spread around, spread around. Okay. Also, interesting fact about this CPU cooler, it's not square, it's a little circular bit. So there's parts of this I don't think it's even going to touch. Calling it. Good enough. It's the newest, right? The no-name Go. I mean, sure, by a couple months maybe, a month or two, I bought those. Those are relatively new. I bought the CryoFuse. I bought the CryoFuse because it had a 14 WMK and, you know, the thermal conductivity, and the Noctua and a few others were like hovering at like 10 or 11 or 12. And it had a higher thermal conductivity than others. I wanted to try it on my main rig because I'm doing a refresh video, or basically a 2-year tune-up on my main computer. Going to add fans. Going to add fans. Refresh the thermal paste and remount the CPU cooler and rinse out do a full cleaning. What else was I going to do? I'm adding a PCIe extension card that'll let me finally use this USB-C plug on the front of my case that goes nowhere because my motherboard doesn't have a Type E USB header. Okay, so here we go. Let's put this baby in. Out of my way, guys. Oh shit, don't do that. Get out of there, get out of there. Don't get tangled. Okay. So now we go backwards. I'm not 100% sure on how this thing mounts. I just twisted these things to get it out because they have a little arrow on them. Do I twist them? Do I continue going the way they were going? That's not a good sound. All right, come here, guys. You didn't even touch the thermal paste. All right. So the idea is this pinch part goes through the hole. You don't want to keep rotating. You want to go back the way we came, yeah? How is this? Wait a minute. There's a little black piece in there. See that? I don't know what that's for. Is it supposed to pinch this together for me? No, because when the black, okay. Okay, so these all have to come all the way up. And why was there a twisty arrow on there? What is... Something's not working here. You need to vacuum that PSU. There's a lot of dust in it. Oh! Dude, thank you. Good catch. I couldn't see that from my angle. Nice. Look. Ooh, look at that. Thank you. All right, I'm going to do that. Anyone know how these darn clips are supposed to work? Okay, so that goes that way. And then, how does it? So that's like that. And I have to go back. But I want the black part. This is hard to see. So there's a black pin that separates the plastic and makes it go wide to hold it into the motherboard. When I press down, nothing's happening. I want the black pin to go that's fine like that. And once it's through, we go back and then how did we do it, guys? How did we get... We had the black pins pushing out already. I need to figure out how to get there. That one's... Oh. Oh, so it's going to happen naturally on its own. I need to figure out how to prevent that from happening naturally. Like that. No? Okay. All right, I think I got it. So these all have to be like that, and then I rotate it like that, and then, okay. They all have to be, this isn't, you know, I said it was all user-friendly? No, I would just, no. I do have an Intel mounting kit for this, but I don't have a fan for it. Before we go too far, Deacon's right. Cover your ears. We are nothing if not thorough on this channel. Yeah, I've never seen this thing either. I think I've got it set up properly now. I just need to not let the spreader pin get through the... all the way down like that. And then I turn that way in. Okay, and then back. All right. All right, let's try it. I put the camera back in here, but I do not foresee it working too well. Oh, shoot. It's one black wire from our fan extension. Keeps trying to... Okay, they're now in. So now it's turn this way. Turn this way and press down. And then back again? Yeah. Turn this way, press down, back again. Turn that way, press down. Uh-oh. I have one that isn't going in. Can't see. I can't see. I think it's in. I can't get in there well enough to see. Can you guys do it? We're going to go in upside down, try and get a good look in there. Let me know what you see. It's upside down, who cares? Look like we're flush mounted? Yeah, looks, that white bit right there, looks like it's flush in there. I can't see under the CPU. Can I see? I should take the GPU out, shouldn't I? Who knows? Cooler's on. Let's rock and roll. We're wasting daylight. All right. Give me a SATA plug, please. Any SATA. SATA. Any SATA right here. Where's the one that was used for this very drive? Is it this one? It's annoyingly restricted and tied up somewhere. All right, our RAM is in, our GPU is in, our new CPU is in, our new case fan is in, our new hard drive is in. I'm okay calling SSDs hard drives because they're hard. They're solid. They're drives. Give it a little shake. Oh, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's well mounted. Everyone should have to do this just to test to make sure it's good. No screws have fallen out. Okay. Monitor. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't replace the CMOS button. So let's take the power out. Oh, hit the power button. Special tool for CMOS button replacement. Plastic laptop separator. Hey, where do I keep my CMOS batteries? There, I keep them there. I didn't get a brand that says KTS. Every CMOS battery I've ever seen says KTS on it. I got June Power. Oh, I'll tell you, that came out real easy. There's a little push tab. I've really fought with these things before. No idea it was that easy. Jeez. All right, so now we can get back to the business. Testing out our newly upgraded Asus Desktop. There it is. Hi there. Case fan is on. CPU fan not plugged in. CPU fan plugged in. So even shaking it over your head is not guaranteeing that you've done everything right. It is turned off. It is turning back on. I forget what this is. Is that a CD drive up there? Okay. We have American Megatrends. USB detected team, yes. Please enter setup to recover BIOS setting. Press F1 to run setup. Plug in the keyboard to the computer being used. Buck? Jeez. (2016). Wait, what? I'm sorry. Is the i7-7700 a 4-core CPU? Four-core, 8-thread? I'm feeling just a little... I didn't look. I just sort of assumed the 7s of any of these CPU manufacturers, if it was a 7, it was like the Ryzen 7, i7, 8 cores. The i5 or Ryzen 6, 6 cores. The i3 or Ryzen 3, 4 cores. To be fair, I forgot what the password is for this. He wrote it down for me somewhere. But I don't even need his password. It worked. It loaded up. I cloned the hard drive, and it is as is. Um, Nope, that's not right. Oh. Boom, got it. Okay. How about we grab the mouse? Dongle. So we have successfully turned it on. We are getting signal from the GPU without having to do anything with the drivers. You were right. So, thank you, Deacon. Yeah, Steam update failed. Stop doing Steam things. All right, let's go find Nova Bench, which we pre-installed before the switch. That way I didn't have to install it twice. I've made that mistake before when test benching and doing hardware or hard drive upgrades. Four gigahertz i7 7700, 16 gigabytes. i5 7400. So our previous score was 729 on Nova Bench. Let's see what we can get this time. Start all benchmark tests. All right. And while that does that, I'm going to break my own heart here. i7 7700 core count. Okay. i5 74. Core count. 4 cores, 8 threads, or 4 threads. So all I've done is got 4 more threads. Someone's going to need to explain cores and threads to me. I'm baffled here. But so is the i5. So it's a matter of threads. I guess I'm just not understanding the relationship between threads and cores at this point then. Right. Oh, she is huffing and puffing. Huffing and puffing. It's a loud CPU core. Can you hear that? That might be a problem. That's not supposed to be frozen like that. I think the 3D graphics thing failed. I've run Nova Bench on this GPU before. It should be fine. Here we go. The thread is the sequence of instructions that can run on a single core. Oh, yeah, I know the cores are processing units. The thread is a sequence of instructions. So you can have 2 sets of instructions happening on a single core when it's 8 cores or 8 threads. I just would have thought that the i7 would have had more cores, but again, it's all about learning. I think we might have to run this test again. I don't think it ran the 3D graphics test properly. Yeah, GPU score test failed. You know what I keep handy for these special occasions? The drivers for all these darn things, because I've had this issue before. So I'm going to install Adrenaline and AMD Catalyst. One of those two runs this GPU. Catalyst, not Adrenaline. Adrenaline just said, "We don't like that GPU." So I guess my misconception about cores, or whatever I thought their purpose was, will be clarified when we run this test and see what the performance difference is between those two CPUs. Which actually we can look at right now. Go back, stop it. Come here. Let's take a look. Get up here with me. Why are you so far away? Come here. I gotta get a better setup is what I'm kind of thinking here. There we go. Okay, so 7700 got a score of 890. Literally double the performance, almost, just shy of double. Compression, 443 megabits a second on the 7700, 300 megabits a second. Cryptography, 1100 megahertz? No, that's not hertz, there's no Z. I don't know. Slightly better. And then gigaflops. Is that what G-flops is? Gigaflops? Over double the gigaflops. And this is 3.3 gigahertz clock speed. This is 4.0. Now, I'd say significant. It's not insignificant. Hey, we can go ahead with that double-sided tape. They make it almost impossible to get the little cover off these things. Come on, give it to me. Watched a movie yesterday. I don't know if anyone's seen it yet. Alien Romulus. I thought I was going to really dislike it because I thought it was just someone's attempt to manufacture a horror film using that property. But I liked some of what they did. You know, trying to elaborate on a lot of the world of aliens that they really didn't elaborate on in even Prometheus, much less the first two movies. First two movies were just, there's aliens, run! All right, double-sided tape has installed our drive. We are installing the graphics drivers so that we can run the install package failure. Failures occurred during installation. Clearly, why? This is the same package I've installed everywhere else I've plugged this thing into. You did see it. Good. Okay, so I do have one gripe with it. And that is, I felt like there were too many endings or too many twists in terms of the bad guy. Like, if you haven't seen the movie, I'll try. Just when you thought it was over, it wasn't over. And there was always like it almost seemed too fast how everything was progressing in terms of like, you know, no movie has been consistent about gestation times for the aliens. But I guess Prometheus implied that like the black goo makes everything move quicker so they can play with whatever speed they want. But like in the very, very first movie, dude gets face hugger, dude gets like is out for hours. The face hugger falls off, he wakes up. They have all this time where like they're having dinner and da-da-da, and then the thing pops out. And then in this movie, we see face hugger to chest burster in really fast times. And I'm like, doesn't seem consistent. Okay. Accept. Application install. Install package failure. Failures occurred during installation. Finish. All right. I wasn't connected to the internet, but now I might actually have to connect this thing to the internet so that it can talk to things if it needs to. So let's let it do that. Sorry for the delay. Okay. That is not the password for this Wi-Fi. That is. Does everyone want to know what my Wi-Fi password is? Let's hope I'm even correct. These aliens were genetically modified. They mention it briefly in the middle of the movie. I only caught it in the second viewing. Yeah, and that makes perfect sense, and I'd allow them that. But I think just sort of story-wise, and let's go ahead and get into spoilers since we've been talking about this. You had like the speed with which you had... Well, hold on. Where did all the other ones come from? Because we have one chestburster out of Pilot Girl, which happens within minutes. And then by the later on, there's hundreds during the 0G scene where they're all floating and she's shooting at them all. I mean, there's dozens at that point. Where did they all come from? Was it something to do with that egg sack on the wall thing that had the thing that came out of it? Was that related? Because they could self-replicate at that point? They didn't need humans to make more aliens? So it kept ramping up. We had one alien, then we had dozens, and then she kills him. Okay, fine. And then we have girl injects herself and gives birth to weird thing, and like then that it's just sort of like in the original Alien, we think it's all over, and then she's like buckling into the escape pod, and it comes out of the thing, and she blows it out the airlock. And that's in the first one. Second one, we think it's all over. Get back to the ship. Queen jumps out of the bottom of the dropship. Okay. This one, it was sort of like, there's like three of those. Three endings. Or three sort of, ooh, you think it's over? No, it gets crazier. All right, we are connected. All right, let's try and install a stupid driver again. NVIDIA GeForce. No, we're using AMD, so. Can I get a file? Where's... Yeah, File Explorer. Why isn't there a shortcut for this on the desktop? Or anywhere? Okay. One more time. Installing the AMD drivers. Super happy I mounted the fan. They were from the station before it was set adrift. You think they were all there? They were just there? Hanging out? Because they made it seem like the one hanging from the ceiling through the hole was like the one that was terrorizing that whole station, and they finally killed it. And half the android was all that was left. They didn't make... Were they on the other station? Because it was split in two, Romulus and Remus. You're saying that they were all on the other one? I got to rewatch it, I guess. I did miss a lot. I mean, the exposition was heavy. Yeah, okay. Let's restart, do one more Nova bench, see what we get. It's weird, the GPU's working. But it's not letting it get tested. Asus, in search of incredible. They were dormant at the bottom of the station. They built that whole hive down there. Dormant. I really did have high hopes for that serum, though. Like, I honestly thought that was going to, like, have some really cool effects, not create some sort of weird, gangly pseudo-engineer. I'm a little miffed about this whole driver situation. Go away, we don't care about you, Steam. Not right now. Thank you. Microsoft Basic Display Adapter. Yeah, it doesn't have the right drivers. All right, it's detecting Microsoft Display Adapter, but it's still using the GPU, which is interesting. AMD RX 560 drivers. What do you mean no internet? I just connected you. Trying to see if I could get this screen visible for you guys, but it's not going to work. Can't connect to this network. What the hell do you mean? Oh, you're still connecting. Honestly, I should have updated this Wi-Fi card that's in here too. It's like half an M2 slot. Or it's an M2 slot, but it's like half of a card. I did buy one for that. Maybe I could put that in there. I also found out the hard way that you can't split the coax cable coming into your house between two modems from a cable company. I have this orange cable and the modem right there, and I was like, oh, I got the modem in my office, and then I'll just run so I got a splitter, coax splitter up there, and I ran one here, and I'm like, oh, I can just plug direct Cat5. Nope. Not a thing that you can do. Asus should have a page with the cards driver. I agree, they should. That's where I got these drivers previously. The issue I'm having at the moment is this is not connecting to my home internet. This is connected to my home internet. So we are looking for the AMD RX 560 drivers. Previous drivers. Reject all cookies. Windows 10. Adrenaline. Frickin' Adrenaline. That's what I have on here. I knew I'd already gotten this copy. This is both released earlier this year. Adrenaline 2331. Okay. The most recent was from March of this year. And I'm pretty sure that's what I have. Adrenaline software 24.7.1. 24.7.1. From July of this year. They don't even have that on here. All right, screw it. Hang out. Yeah. I need to have more than like one mouse and keyboard out here. That's for sure. Okay. Download this. So I have a version of Adrenaline from July when it looks like I need one from March. Still downloading? Okay. Have I checked the troubleshooter for the Wi-Fi? No. I'm less concerned about that at the moment. Let's go ahead and run the Windows Network Diagnostics. Okay. This has been downloaded. Copy. Put it on our little external here. Paste. Done. Now it's connected. I ran diagnostics. It didn't. Network cable is not properly plugged in or may be broken. Detected. Problem with wireless adapter access point. Fixed. Cool. That's been fixed. But I've already gotten the driver from a different source. So we want this version of Adrenaline. Yes. Detecting your system configuration for driver and software compatibility. Yes, yes! Allow AMD to collect information to contribute to installer development. No. Install. Sweet! It worked. I had the wrong version of Adrenaline. And the Wi-Fi fixed itself. This is what I mean. I don't feel like I run into a lot of these insurmountable problems. I feel bad. A lot of people do. They run into big issues. I just do dumb things like spill rubbing alcohol all over a running iPad. All right. Sometimes you have all to do, scare it with the troubleshooter. You're not wrong. Have you ever heard of Amazon Vine? Ew. I feel like the tint of that just changed drastically, the whole screen. Help AMD information. Click here for more information. Help me. No. Restart. Amazon Vine is a program they have where they send you free shit and you write reviews about it. So I got like this stylus pencil for the iPad or any sort of touchscreen thing. I gotta write a review about it. This remote, gonna write a review about it. It's a neat program. You gotta get in, like you have to apply to it, and then they let you know, they'll invite you to it. And if you read reviews on Amazon, you'll see like it says Amazon Vine reviewer, and that's somebody who got it sent for free. Yeah? We're closing in on almost 3 hours. It's going to take 3 hours from start to finish to do this. I'm not upset about that. Almost done setting up your PC. Remind me in 3 days. Thanks. All right. We want to... Steam, stop it. Discord, stop it. Grammarly, stop it. Is it bad to just start ending tasks right when it start up for crap you don't want it to be bothering with? Not as like a regular practice, but I'm about to run a benchmark and I'm like, I don't want stuff running in the background trying to do updates on Discord or Steam. Why is there... There we go. CPU temp, 38. 49. 38. 37. Yeah, there's definitely a sepia tone ever since the Adrenaline software got installed. But it is now detecting the Radeon 562 gigabyte. The heck is... Edge Web View. Oh, that's related to NovaBench. I know what that is. It is an interesting program. Let's rock and roll. I'm like now noticing things above my head that I don't really stare at much. Let's come down here. How you doing? Join me. You know what? I have a freaking stool my girlfriend bought me. There we go. Let's sit on that while we work on this. Oh, it's good for my back. Okay, we have increased fan. Until you get the paid version of NovaBench, you can't see the temperatures, and they don't give you a report on temperatures afterwards. So I usually run hardware monitor. Actually, there's a better version of hardware monitor. I don't know if you use it, but Jay's 2 cents did a video about it. It's, I think you get it on, not GitHub. Maybe it's GitHub, I don't remember. Place where you, anyway, here's a link to it. It's called like Libre or something, hardware monitor. And it does graph tracking. So you can set up a graph, and while you do something, it'll give you like an EKG readout of your temperatures or whatever, you know, voltage, wattage, temperatures, fan speeds, whatever you want. See, that's what we were missing last time, was that actual graphics of the moon going and stuff. Well, daylight. So this is a 2 gig GPU. I gotta say, the graphics aren't bad. I mean, it's not ray tracing. Okay. He does. He actually, I used the Revo uninstaller that he recommended, and I caught the video right when it was posted, and he's like, "Go get this thing, download it now," because the minute this video like gets a lot of traction, because his videos will, and you guys start downloading this, they're going to hide this behind a paywall because they know I'm promoting it, but they didn't add, they don't know I'm promoting it or I'm putting this video out. It's like a really comprehensive uninstaller that will go in and search your whole computer for like errant files that a game produced, like the Antidote thing that you and I just did. Like it went through, I just uninstalled Antidote and it found all these like extra files buried in the background. All right. I've connected an AMD FreeSync monitor. I have? I didn't know that. I got this thing for like 20 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. Some guy spray painted it white. I don't even know what kind of monitor it is. All right. Get out of here. Let me stare at the back of my head. Okay. Can we read this all right? Nice. So almost double the score. Let's remove that one. All right. So can we do a side-by-side? I don't know if this lets me do side-by-side. 729 to 1366. CPU doubled, GPU in not even doubled, 100 more points because there was no GPU. It's a massive, like, that's kind of an indictment of integrated graphics right there, but maybe not. Storage score 62 on a spinning hard drive, 158 and 3 write, 549, 55 read. Honestly, not that much faster. Oh no, yeah, a lot faster for writing. A lot faster for writing, only a little faster for reading. Not that much faster for reading. That is interesting. Memory score 100 more points for peak speed. Yeah, a lot faster. But okay, significant improvement overall. So I'll take a screenshot of this. After upgrade. Done. Shut it down. And that, folks, with 9 minutes to spare, not that I had a time limit of 3 hours, but I feel like I'm proud of that time. It was definitely something I wanted to get done this weekend. Button it all up, put it back together. Should feel like a brand new PC. I mean, I only ever turned it on once or twice, right when I got it, just to verify that like it worked. But yeah, I think the spinning hard, like anybody running Windows off of a hard drive is going to feel like, oh my God, I got the best thing ever when you upgrade it to an SSD of any kind. Boot up times are insanely fast. All right. Let's put her back together. I had hoped to do some like weird customization with this thing, but ain't got time for that. Somebody needs a computer. That doesn't feel like that's in. It is not. Can everybody go in the slot, please? You're not in a slot. I don't know which screw goes for what thing. It's always scary when you have leftover screws after a project. And then you remember, oh yeah, it's because I took out a hard drive and now I have extra screws lying around. Look at that. There we go. So just be sure to give him the hard drive. Here. And this is actually the hard drive out of his Dell. Don't need that. But it's got both of his operating systems on there. There we go. Thanks for hanging out, Deacon, and anybody else who hung out here. Looks like right now it's just you. So, cheers, buddy. And 10 o'clock West Coast time, Vegas F1 Grand Prix. Tune in if you've never watched it before. They're fun, and the Vegas race is really exciting. And I'll see you Tuesday, if not Tuesday, Wednesday, and probably for a few days after that. So don't forget to get Liar's Den, and I'll see you in Great